So I think while we're waiting for more members, Will, can you introduce your role to the team that we haven't met before?
Okay, sure. Yeah, I just recently joined BUV just over a month ago. I've been in Vietnam for 28 years, and I've spent 10 years before this and at Concordia International School in Hanoi. Also in a similar, I was director of community outreach. So I'm here as a consultant and advisor helping with how we promote the UOL program and to bring a kind of a bespoke and more elite feel to how we're working with parents and families.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you guys copy that?
So my understanding you're working primarily with consulting the BUV team on is it the school partnership program or is it more
So
towards
specifically our UOL degree, our University of London degree, which is that's our, I don't know if you're familiar with that, but that's our top end degree. So, one of the things we've talked about is trying to kind of make sure that we position full school with the best thing that we do at the forefront. But then, so that's part of it. And also like the way in which we work with individual UOL families to bring a kind of a bespoke feel, a premium feel to that.
Thank you. So we also have Mr. Nam. He's in charge of for the first one. Yeah. Yeah. So we don't have the full camera here. So yeah, his name from first one. Is the Will consultant for URL program. And yeah, we just got Miss. Oh, she's a sales operation manager.
Yeah, hello everyone.
Hi.
Yes, so we will have Chị Hoài, right? Chị Hoài.
Maybe not. T from corporate team will join us a few minutes later, but we can start for now.
Okay. So who would you have anyone from school?
Not sure. Let me just start.
Okay. So okay. Yeah, maybe you guys want to share the content we are going through today. So we have Mr. Mr. can answer mostly every angle of the sales team for you guys. Yeah, also we have we have people from
Why?
Yeah, Mr. Y.
Miss one, yeah.
Yeah. Y. So yeah, please go ahead with the agenda. We will to discuss that.
And do you wanna take the lead?
Hello everyone, thank you so much for having us today. And I am Mindo, I'm the brand strategist for BUV, this project. And I am so excited to join today because I have prepared some section so that we can go through to understand more about the recruitment ecosystem of BUV. Wait a minute, I will share my screen. Do you see my screen?
Yep.
Okay, nice. Okay, so as the agenda I have sent to your team today, we will go over 4 parts. The first one, I want to know more about the recruitment ecosystem that BUV currently operate, and also I think it's a good way to get insight from your main 3 teams, which are the school partnership. For this part, we would like to learn more about the process and the needs of both students and parents when they choose BUV. And the next section, we will go over the agent partnerships journey, where we want to listen more about the relationship between BUV and the agent partnerships. And uh, one of the most important things is the recruitment and conversion. This is one of the ultimate goals for us to build the website that align with the goal of BUV.
I just want to also to add, since we have Will here, but also the member from the graduate recruitment team, I think at the end we can also go over some of that aspect of BUV as well. So yeah, I'm gonna pass it back to Min.
Thank you. So for the first recruitment ecosystem session, we would like to understand how prospective students and families first connect with BUV and how they move across team. So for the outcome of this session, we want to know more about the main routes, which are the students enter BUV, and which teams support them at the different stages, and how the leads and information move between teams. So my first questions is that how does a prospective student move through BUV recruitment journey, and which team support them at each stage? This slide summarized my imagine like the map for the journey. So I think it might not be correct. So I think it's helpful for us to listen more to you. So I imagine that at the top of the funnel, you will get the lead from four main channels, which are digital marketing, the school partnership, the agent partnerships, and some events. And after get the lead from this channel, you have a step to capture the interest and that data. And I think it will be something like capture the data through website through the registration and inquiry. And after this step, there will be a stage where BUV get the qualification and counseling, and after that we move to application and enrollment. So I'm not sure this reflect exactly how your journey works. So I really want to listen more from your side.
Generally, the flow is correct, but as you may know, somehow we have some special case, but the number of them is quite limited, very small. So I think that we can start with this flow.
Yeah. So, do you think is there any place where the information or context most commonly lost during the handover?
Okay, please.
Can you rephrase what you just mentioned?
I think I can chime in, but I think what we're trying to get at is whether across each of these phases, as student or parents get through the funnel, get through digital marketing or school partnership program, can you talk more about how their data and how their information is being utilized or being transferred between each of these steps, or are there any critical point where that process is not doing is not being transferred very well? We would love to hear more about that.
For the idea about the funnel, for events funnel, most of the leads will be categorized into digital marketing or school or agent. So we shouldn't have a separate funnel like event. Besides, Mr. already said that we have other sources of lead, which are small, but I think how, for example, leads from a student recruitment team we generate from referral source. We have leads from corporate team, yes, and yeah, maybe hotline walk-in. Line walk-in, we will divide them into other sources, but also considerable. So I think we can for the funnels, we can replace the events with referral and corporate with hot leads. And so the process will be different. Will be different for each type of leads. In general, we can say that this process is okay, but if we can divide into more detail, so we have mass leads will go with a different flow, and leads go with a different flow.
But let me clarify that our meeting today is regarding website renovation. So my understanding is that we will focus on how the lead from website.
Brilliant.
Yeah. When go to which stage, not the lead that entry directly into the Salesforce system, right?
I think I would like the CDA to
Yes.
guide what they expect to get.
Yeah, so I think like, so I think like, it is that we imagine that the most of the lead conversation will, will focus on our reflect that like this question, I guess, is more focused around just the overall strategy. So for us to understand if there's any missing gap the website can support, even though the lead may not come from the website. My understanding when we were talking with the team is that the website is very crucial in supporting parents and students to learn more or research about BUV during this their kind of interests during their research and during their recruitment process. So this is kind of like where we want to have a little more clarity on your end. And I think we can move on to the next question then, which I think could really focus more our conversation.
Okay, so my next question is how does prospect volume compare across channel like schools, agents, digital marketing, and event, and even direct inquiries? And how does our student journey differ when they come through those channels?
Okay, let me check. Nó hỏi về volume lead vào từ các kênh số lượng nhiều như nào.
Yeah, maybe we just share the motion.
Okay.
That's fine.
So lead. So I am talking about maybe some targeted lead quantity for this year. Around 30% comes from Marcom. I mean from website or another channel of Marcom. Let's see, school. School 50% from school. Asian and let's see. I have to turn them into percentage. 1 minute, please.
Yeah, we would. So I'm hearing like half of the volume is coming from school. Is that correct?
60% from school.
50% or 60%?
60%.
Yeah.
60.
Okay.
Lately.
I think like I think that sounds like the signal is that like school, and I imagine also like school related events such as like tour trip related to that partnership would be important. For the other statistic, like maybe we can follow up after the meeting. But in general, like we would love to see, a little more detail and clarity on this front, so we can kind of prioritize how the web may help with this, with your recruitment process.
Can I So can I explain a little bit in like clarification with you in Vietnamese a little bit?
Không để
Yes.
theo một cái số đó, em phải có cái số người
Bọn em đang muốn xem là cái website nó đang đóng vai trò như nào trong hành trình recruitment của các anh chị ấy, là tiếp cận khách hàng đúng không, và dùng website trong những cái trường hợp nào đúng không, để mình có thể
Yeah.
involve được cái việc là
Yeah.
website đóng
Yeah.
vai trò gì. Thì cái
Yeah.
câu hỏi ban đầu của anh ngược lại để anh giải thích cho mọi người một tí. So basically, we are trying to amplify like the website as a tool for on the student recruitment process. For example, instead of like we are using now is a virtual like the hard copy. We can like use the website as a digital virtual to share the for the student for all the our school or program on the website or something like that. So more convenient to using the website during the student recruitment process is more better for the digital transformation. So based on that, we would like to know the whole journey from start, like when you approach the parent, the student, what will you show for them, like for example for our landing page on the same specific program or not. Like for example, for you like the open stock, so the business program should be landed on the landing page. But it has some function or like some way to visualize the program for the parent. So it might be helpful for all of us to like easier to communicate with I mean, like we don't need to send hard copy or like sometimes we need to send some brochure or PDF file by the email. Now, like we expect that we can use a website URL or link, so that when all the parents come to the website, they become cookies. So after that, they visit the link, the website, and we can retarget them later with our program. So the ideally is capture all the activity on the parent and student in every day action of your SR process into the website. The more capture is the better for us. How many steps you will guide and how many like material or document you want to show on the website, something like that.
Yeah, I to concur with that. I mean, I would also say it's not just about getting leads from the website. Any lead of any type. I mean, if I'm a parent looking at the school, regardless of where I come, where in the funnel I began, I'm going to look at the school's website to find out more information. So I think it's two parts. It's lead generation, but I think equally importantly, it's reinforcing
Yes.
the journey.
Agree.
Especially for the high income parents, they don't want to share the phone number or their contact information. But if they come to the website with specific landing page, such as the URL, so when we target all the URL visitor, which we define is a high income person. So it will be more convenient without any like specific number or contact. We still can retarget them.
Okay,
Right.
so all you need to know is about you want to know more about how does our team approach.
Yeah, daily process or way to approach the parent or like activity or something like that.
I think digitally, I would tell you one thing. Whenever we got a consultation with a parent or a student, after this consultation, we'll add the Zalo with them.
Yeah.
And with that, of course, the first we will show them is about the BUV introduction.
Yeah.
It's a link from BUV website. And if they want to know more about programs, so we'll add them I will show them the link from website as well regarding this program that they want to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
And
So
also, please share also your pain point or something for the website. For example, the cost, the link is the content is not like easier to read or something like that. All the pain point also can help us to improve the website experience.
When you share the information of program to
Yeah.
parents via Zalo, we often press the website link but the information shown on the website, they are not sufficient. Example, for one page of the program info, we do not see the exchange transfer programs. We do not see the graduate outcomes. So when we send the website link, often they just see the modules, description, the learning outcome, like what their kid can work in the future. For example, like that. Okay, that information is good, but not enough. If we can like landing page, like the URL landing page is much better. It includes other info parents need.
And and somehow after the meeting, you can help us to write down some information you think that you often consult to the parent, but not on the website, and we will gather all the information like that.
Yeah.
Also, like for the customer, like from team for like what about other like journey for customer from the agent side? What will you show for the agent or from the directly school or from the URL? What you will show for the parent?
For agents, we got a folder on SharePoint, and it collects a lot of materials.
Yeah.
For example, flyers and really introduction, but in PDF file.
Yeah.
And we got the whole of it, and we got quite enough information for them to look for. And we don't often send the link
Yeah.
the website link to the agent. Sometimes we do it, but we got whole folder.
Like all the PDF, all the hard
PDF
copy.
file,
Yeah.
hard copies about that.
Yeah. Please share with us. So would you like to upload or like visualize on the website or not?
Yeah, it's not about the website. It's about the official information about UV.
Is it confidential or the official?
Official.
I like your point about being able to harvest the cookies.
Yeah.
So that if anybody is going anywhere in the website, we're able to track them and know who visited where.
Yeah.
I think that would be very valuable to us to be able to work with.
We are trying to do that and to like the digitalize all the material. Instead of like sharing SharePoint, that's my idea. Like instead of sharing SharePoint, the hard copy PDF copy will be like harder to modify. If you modify something on the hard copy, you need a designer. But then if you modify some like the discount or something like that on the website, it might be like easier on operation.
Yeah, we really agree with you. I love the ideas that we will feel like a landing page for all the programs that we need. For example, the UOL campaign is very big, right?
Yeah.
I will tend to same to other programs such as other awarding bodies, such as Sterling or Staffordshire or Manchester, especially Manchester Metropolitan.
Yes.
That is very good. Yeah, we are that. So today can manufacture all that things information that the sales team just share. I think they answer the different point about how does the journey differ from the
Yes.
for agent usually send it's like a combination of information rather than we give them the link. And so I say can I go into product? Yeah. So easier for me.
Okay.
So for the owner product,
Yeah.
you help me to set the file size for each product and landing page. We can like have the milestone because we have like more than 30 program.
Yeah.
What do you for? Plus two. Plus grants.
Okay.
Six.
So we need to have the file size and like some kind of layout and draft like what you want.
When it comes to our personal meeting, when you mentioned about school, right?
Yeah.
The schools, we have 3 schools.
Yes.
And we got programs in it, and you can retarget all the prospective students who really want to join the TBS or SOKI or SOKI, something like that. Yeah. It based on the landing page.
So how about the school source?
Also, Um,
Like it's very different.
learning.
We got the agent, right? We got the master as well. You guys on the website, how school.
Yes, schools will mostly go through the telesales team, and when they reach out with parents and students, they will get some key information and then transfer the lead with key information to SR, and SR team will phone call
So
and
it's
then
like
Zalo and will which is
telesale will contribute like in the
Scanning.
scanning, filtering, and
the digital lead still go through telesales first.
it's like with a mass volume we have to
Yeah,
scan it
you're right.
before we transfer it to.
Yeah, you're right.
Why you can capture that?
Also, I want to ask about the frequently asked question from the student side and the parent side and the agent side. Pick of them will have some like frequently asked question.
Yes.
I think so. So I also need that information and how we now answer for the audience. And so is there any different way to approach the student, the parent, or the premium one? Is there any like different way to approach from your SR team? For example, like student, we can directly like communicate. I think it's more open. But for parent, we like more like need to more sophisticated. I think so. And for the premium one, we need like more like under not too loud. So is there any suggestion beyond that?
I think it's about customization.
Yeah.
Because we got a lot of, many, type of customers, right?
Yeah.
Premium ones to middle class
Yeah.
ones. So it based on our script, how we approach them, how we say to them, and how we make them, feel valued about the product of UV.
Yeah.
So when it comes to regular customers, we got a script how to approach them and how we say to them. But about the UV, right? And you can build, you got
Yeah.
I mean, this is partly for UOL, but it's also partly, I mean, this gets back to what I said in the beginning. There's I think, an overall market branding exercise that needs to happen to put UOL more front and center. Because there are some misnomers in the market about what BUV is, what BUV offers. There's some positives too, but I can tell you, I've worked in high-end education for 10 years. I didn't know about our LSE degree. So if I don't know about it, other people don't know about it. So you use the analogy of an airline promotes their business class seats. And the people that can't afford, and that gives the prestige of the airline. And then the airline, people that can't afford business class are able to then still buy economy. And so that's, one of I think the key elements here is to put as we say, put the best foot forward, to put the thing that is the most premium product as visible as possible, because that has a positive impact on all of the other programs. But you raise a good question that there, different customers also have different needs and requirements. You have people that want, for UOL in particular, you have people that want heavy academic rigor that didn't know that level of academic rigor exists. You have people that might be, concerned about going overseas, whether that concern is from the parents or from the student or both. And we have an opportunity to say, look, it's like you're going to the UK for the day, but that's still living at home. And that's true for all of the programs. But in particular for UOL, one of the big strengths is that versus, in the UK, you would have a classroom of, a lecture hall of 200 students. Here, you've got a lecture hall of 20 students, and a much closer interaction with professors, with lecturers. And so that I think is one of the real key points. You have people that, maybe are less concerned about academics, or maybe they want a more standard program. But yeah, I think the different frequently asked questions. I mean, that's a whole session unto itself, I think.
Yeah.
Mm.
Uh,
I just want to chime in here a little bit just to make sure that our side's understanding correctly this information. So what I'm hearing so far, just to recap, is that a lot of the conversation start in Zalo with the parents, where the website is very essential as a resource that you share, especially the program page, especially information about a school. Use the website as a reference point. But the pain point I'm hearing is that there's a lot of missing program outcomes, not enough information on there to kind of provide that assurance, provide the information necessary for parents and students. And then you want to improve that information currently on the website. And I think this is something, if the recruitment team could help with outlining what do you think is important for parents and students see on that page, or what information you see them as often. That could be helpful. And then for agents, what I'm hearing is that the current process is mostly done by sharing a SharePoint that has all your kind of hard copy material, flyers, PDF that you share to the agent, and that's kind of like the official source of information. But what I'm hearing also is that from the BUV side, you are trying to make sure that these resources are really digitalized and exist on the website, so that it could be regularly updated and could be shared easily. We also hearing that frequently asked question could be something that CDA can investigate with the recruitment team further. I think this is something we can send a questionnaire to follow up on after, to hear from you guys, from the recruitment team, from people who are talking to parents. What are some of the questions that parents often ask, or what student often ask? And then what I'm hearing also, especially in regarding to your URL program, is that a lot of your premium audience needs customization. They want to feel like they're being cared for, they're being catered to. And that premium degree, like you mentioned, is important to building out the brand and making the BUV just the BUV product, the BUV education feels important and feel like it works the investment for parents and students. Just to recap, does that sound right from your end, the BUV team?
Does to me, but I guess I have another question for my SR colleagues here, because I'm newer. Would you say that the website has been an underutilized resource, or how could we as an SR team make better use of it as a resource?
I think one of the important thing when it comes to the website is about SRT really wants the website as the tool to reduce the time we consult with parents, right? Because when the website doesn't have enough information, that means SRT need more time to consult with parents. It takes time and energy. So we really want the website has whatever it comes, whatever it has, for example, the landing page or how the UI UX looks like. It needs to be a tool, a very necessary tool for its SR team to use to reduce the time to consultation. Because when it comes to the landing page of UOL or Sterling or something like that, they have all the necessary information they need to make a decision. Yeah, that's the point.
Yeah. A couple of technical things I observed on the website, one positive and one negative. One very positive one is there's a floating button that allows you to, apply now. And I think that is very important. That's a very important feature to keep. I think schools that have that are doing,
Sticky button.
yeah, the sticky button.
Yeah.
So the technical,
Wow,
term,
yeah.
sticky button. Yeah,
One
that's,
point,
uh,
one more point. Because when a student or parents choose BUV as a destination, I think the website touch point is the first impression
Yeah.
of theirs. So I think when it is designed beautifully or professionally, like MRT or something like that,
Yeah.
it works.
I understand your
As well.
point. So actually, yes, actually when we come to our website, we are some of their consideration,
Yeah.
not exactly the explanation. And the goal with the website is one of the big goal is we want to move stranger
Yeah.
to become from stranger. They consider at the shortlist.
Yeah.
in the
And they
shortlist.
should feel impressed.
Yes. So
Yeah.
moving to the next topic, right? I see about the when you click the sticky button.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think CDA gonna have the continuous topic.
Yeah.
Can I suggest that we win? I think our discussion now we all on the same page. Now I think it is possible if we divide the topic, expand the topic right now deep into the audience. The first top audience is the student. The second is the parent. The third one is a partner. And see and hear about the SR team, how the audience currently now engage with the SR team, and how they want the audience will be interact with SR team with the website. For example,
Yes.
like for student, we have like international student and Vietnam student. And I think we would like to hear more like for like some kind of key point. So Celia, if there is anyone you want to ask, so we can you can add on to me. But like for the key point, for example, the first touch point, the first impression, how they for the homepage, how like SR team want the student feel about the homepage. You think what's the information they like first impression you want to show with the student? And the same question will apply to other top the group.
But before I even answer that question, if I can just add, I'm remembering another thought that I had just in looking at the website. One of the issues I saw is that in a way, it's portraying the kind of lowest common denominator. And some of those stories are good and important, but I didn't get a sense of the strong academic student who in going to BUV and achieving well and doing good things. The only thing I saw is is also important, but I saw, the kind of the struggling student who was able to get extra help and do better. Also important. But if that's the only thing that we see, the first category where we have a more academically minded student or parents that want a stronger academic program, that can be a turn off. Oh, this is a place just for students that are struggling. So I think maintaining a balance between strong academics, the close interaction with lecturers as being a big reason for that, while also being an opportunity to have help. And then also the student community, or the parents may be more concerned about the academics, the students may be more concerned about the community and the kind of fun feeling of going to university. But there are some, we also want to be attractive to students that want the academics too, because those are the ones that are going to decide not to go overseas and stay with BUV.
And, yeah, I agree with you on one point about the homepage. When it comes to homepage, I think it should have a success story module, right?
Success story.
Success stories from how alumni student.
Yeah, okay.
Students.
Now is the student. Yes. Because for the
Yes.
student, we need the success story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's also for parents because I would totally agree with that because that is almost completely missing as far as I can see because parents want to visualize their student in that student that we're showing to say, okay, yeah, we will be success. My student, my child will be successful the way this one is as we are portraying it.
Yeah.
I just want to kind of chime in here with and because I know like we are limited on time for this session. I just want to move the conversation forward and kind of follow the kind of the framework that we kind of talked about earlier, where maybe you can start with kind of the student and more the central general kind of flow. Can you go to the next step, please?
Yes. So as on the website there, when you click on a detailed program page, there is the main button which is apply and is linked to this screen. And so I just want to ask, when a student click apply on a program page, are they expected to be ready to apply, or are they still exploring and asking for guidance? Like
So
which where of this screen in the recruitment journey?
The apply button is now ready. Not for scholarship one, but the normal application.
The normal right now is on the website. So they're asking about the customer, the student experience on the form, our form. When they fill you can see that it's a very long form. So normally students are like more willing to fill in that kind of form or shorter one, or after they fill the form, they are ready, like I want to apply, so I will fill all the information and apply. Or I just fill some basic information and I give the phone.
Okay, this question is I think most of us knows that majority of people will not 100% ready when they click this button. So the answer I think is still they want to ask for more information, reassurance, they want to they want to be consulted.
And how many information you need on the form? As less as possible.
At the same time, we do want to have the sticky button
Yeah.
that allows them to apply at any time because it's sometimes an impulse reaction so that they don't have to go anywhere. So the second that they decide I'm ready to apply, that button is there and they can push it. That was one of the best things that the website has.
That's their job, and they will give us the appropriate user experience or an interface as well. So yeah.
So okay, we will back to the form. So are you agree that we need a shorter form, or you want more like longer form? Because like as I know, the more longer information the more information they provide you, that they more closer to the sales process. But for the convenience of the onboarding, because some students they might not have the really like intend to submission. They just want to like have some kind of consultant. So they need shorter form. So in that case, which one you prefer?
I think that we need to provide both the shortened one. I mean, now we have when we collect lead from or any other source, we require our requirement is only maybe 6 or 7 mandatory fields like name or province or intake, date of birth, something like that. So I think that we can remain the long form like this, but set the mandatory field for 6 or 7 of them, according with what we set in the Salesforce system. But just sharing that in the Salesforce system, we are planning to do something like scoring the lead quality for fast track. So if customer provide us with more detail or the more information, there a chance there will be a fast track one that they will not need to go through telesale for scanning or verifying or getting more information, but will be convert directly to the sales team for consultant. So I think we can remain this form, but set some of them are mandatory. And maybe for me, chapter 1 or section 1 either mandatory field and the second one either additional one, and let them know that if they fill the additional information, they will be contact earlier or maybe.
I think the second point there is important, that we have to let them make it clear that giving the extra information would fast track them. We also, though, we don't want this to come up too quickly either, in that the other thing I was going to say, like currently we have this UOL ad campaign that pops up as an ad, but on my computer, when I go to it, I'm able to scroll down and see information, but on my phone, the request for information comes up immediately, which is a turnoff. It makes me go, no, I don't want to do that. So we have to be careful about not having that come up too quickly.
Yeah, so deep dive on that. So we also have some kind of insight, because right now is a digital line, and even you guys, when you fill on the form, so the most like you more willing to fill under 3 section only: phone, name, and email, and most of the information can be autofill from your phone. Actually, it's not some kind of the behavior, because right now we not have much time to and we more like want to direct consulting, and here like for the initial state before we fill in the longer form. So this some kind of insight. So is that okay if we also conduct a short form like that with like 3 or even 4 field for the customer, so in some campaign? Is that okay for SR? And when you have their phone number, we can have like the first warm-up call to fill other missing information you need, because if they are not really like increased on on BUV yet, they will not fill in the form. But if they like, okay, I feel interest, I feel like I see a TVC from BUV, and I like the facility of the school, and want to know more. And after a phone consultant, they feel like, okay, it's a better choice for me, so I will fill in the form. So I have a short consultant form with SR.
I was just gonna say almost the same thing. There may be a way to do 2 options. One is request a consultation that just asks for very little information.
Yeah.
And then a second one is apply now, that is asking for more information, because the light one, we want to keep someone that's on the fence, we want to keep them engaged
Yeah.
without turning them off. Like I hate forms. So when as soon as I see a form, I run. I go. So like, unless I really need to fill it in. So we want to keep the person that's on the fence and make it light and easy, and also give ourselves an easy opportunity to follow up with them, but then still have that application opportunity ready.
Yes,
when
and
they're
also the
ready.
phone have the autofill function. So when you click they will autofill on the form, like name, like phone number, and sometimes it's email and even address. Sometimes in your iPhone.
Yes.
Guys,
Yeah.
So
are-
I just want to.
Free format notes, like if they have any specific questions,
Okay.
like requirement for they want to ask if
Optional. Yeah.
requirement is enough to enter any program or something like that. They're going to have a specific question, so I have a free format to ask. I think
It's
should
can.
have this.
So
yeah, so I think we are dive a bit deeper into the UI and UX stuff.
also
So
they
that-
will they also will like re-consulting for us
Yes.
for own experience.
So only have now 40 minutes more. So I think guys can
I think we
speed it
should
up.
give. Yeah. So from what I'm hearing, just to confirm that I think like we are in the direction of trying to get this form down, be sure to support people who are maybe not quite ready to get that application sent. So and then thinking of ways to kind of shorten that journey and by making less field needed to require for you to submit. And I think like we can have more in-depth discussion on this later on, but I think like we acknowledge that point. I think we can go to the next one, Min.
Yes.
I think I think I can cover this one. I think we already talked a lot about this earlier, that the form, that the website serve as an important resource and an important ways for you to communicate the value proposition, the premium education that BUV offer, and also obviously build awareness of your various program and strengths. Just want to I think we can skip this question for now, just in case of time. But if the SR team, if you have any thought on how the website should fit in the recruitment ecosystem that we haven't covered earlier, please you can send over more material first. And we want to kind of make sure we cover the school partnership journey next. If you go to the next.
Sorry, I just one question. So all of that goal that you mentioned, we have to prioritize that, or we actually can choose all of that?
I think like ideally, if we can prioritize some of the input that we have, if you go back to the ecosystem, like if you can prioritize some of this, or if you want, you can add more to this list, and trying to kind of give us a sense of what do you feel that the website should prioritize in terms of student recruitment, and that how could best help you.
That's there's no way to prioritize it. The website is every step of the journey.
Yeah. I think they want to ask like which part of the journey they ask the SR team want the website to support the most. Which part belong the journey, like the sending information or like collecting information or something like that. Which part?
Most important one.
Yeah.
Consultation.
So it's
During consultation.
prepare prospect for the consultation, or
Yeah.
what?
Or
Actually,
even
I want all of them, but
like
choose one.
yeah, no, like choose like the thinking about the which can be like most help, so they can help also have the priority.
Well, actually,
You
yeah,
say this,
from my perspective, like really early awareness. They already have to know how so they can enter the website. They have some level of awareness already. So build early awareness, I think is not the
first impression, right?
yeah, maybe first impression is more suitable. Yeah, support consideration over time, that's correct. And prepare prospect for consulting, that's good. Enable qualified inquiry for
Sometimes you have
application.
to contact
Yeah, that's the
bank
part,
or the
that's the
financial
function of the
planner.
form, right? The form, if they are spending time, fill the form, they are qualified, so
Yeah,
level.
if they
But we still have to scan them
financial
another round, so it's to discuss more.
include some
Support partner who
calculate
influence the decision,
like the
like
income tax,
like
the income tax picture on
how
some
support partner in what? I want
That's my
support partner.
Input information like tuition fee, discount,
Yeah,
and then the final.
Can I explain more about support partner who influence the decision, like
We
how the website gonna exactly support?
Website, that's
Agents, I guess. That's just
bring me the idea
Yeah.
of team.
I want to
In
visualize
many
more.
meetings, we can gather all the requirement and ask them if they can do it or not.
yes.
But now is gathering the idea also. So back to the website, here is some kind of
What consideration over time is also important.
consideration is longer, very long.
Yeah.
So,
So like
website
so this
not happy to connect with the customer, but it help to helping the SR team to like minimize some information that they can ask the customer to or share directly on the website.
It's also, yeah, I mean, the support considerations, it's reinforcing confidence in the program.
So that would we would consider things like, you know, like when they are at the serious consideration stage and like comparing between their options. I think this is where like really more nitty gritty, like, oh, what does it cost? What is like some scholarship option? What are some strength of each of the program, or like the percentage of student who succeed or something like that, like more fine grain is where we would consider support like consideration over time, versus something like first impression would just be like, so for someone who doesn't know anything about VB and just getting like the like really high level 15-minute like elevator pitch is how I would describe it. And from it seems from BUV side, you are thinking that the first 3 row is kind of like really important to focus on, and trying to get that first counseling section kind of dial in and supporting that over time with more information that help them choose BOV as a serious contender. Does it sound right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, the first 3 rounds is important. So I'm thinking like the animal qualified inquiry is for application. I think is more like it's more support the marketing team first, and then and later it's not actually directly like impact on the sales team at this stage.
Okay, I think we can move on to the next section, man, so to make sure we cover.
And after the meeting, I will also ask the SR team like spend more few minutes for SR team, and say if they have more like not yet in the meeting, they will come up later, and I will share it to you.
Yes.
So keep going.
Yeah, this is like the initial this conversation. I think like we can still have more opportunity along the line to ask for more follow-up questions, or request for information, or just receive your input later on the line. But just to clarify that, you know, like this is we trying to focus on like more overall and high level detail, and not necessarily more UX, too much UX focus discussion that I think will be along the line. So just going through the parent and student, especially in the high school program or high school partnership, we understand that this is a very important source for BUV. I think you mentioned earlier that up to 60% of your volume come from here. So I guess one of the questions that we'd be most interested in, if you can go to the next slide, Min, is that we hear that BUV really engage with students really early on, especially even from grade 10. And you have a lot of program for grade 11 as well. And grade 12 obviously is a very critical moment where they apply. Can you tell me more about kind of like grade 10 and grade 11, especially like how does that engagement evolve, or how do you engage students at that early stage of college consideration?
Like grade 10 and grade 12 is they have a longer time to consider.
Yeah, previously, actually, the grade 10 and grade 12, they will only receive the follow-up call from telesale team after maybe they attend the event at the school, maybe some event like campus tour, highlight school visit or campus tour. But lately, now I understand that Malcolm Phương Lê team is building an nurturing journey. I mean, an online nurturing journey for G10 and G11 already, but it is in the plan, not ready yet.
We also on the website and the sales force.
Yeah.
So we need to capture their behavior, and we want to know how the difference between grade 10 with 12, with grade 10 with 11 with grade 12.
You mean how do we respond to them, or how is the difference between their consideration level of grade 10 in comparison with grade 12?
Yeah. Right. Can you answer that question?
Yeah. I mean, in a general sense, grade 10 is when we need to start planting the seed, so that gets back to kind of the early impression, and we want to get it on, on a student's long list of consideration. By the time they get to grade 11, the hope is that we've then moved on to that students and the parents short list of schools that they'll be looking at. And so we've hopefully nurtured that lead to a point where we can gauge them and given them reasons why. And of course, by grade 12, we hope to be getting, an application from them.
Is there any difference between when people would be interested in BUV from grade 10 or 11 versus someone who just got to know BUV at grade 12 and starting their journey there? Can you speak more on
Maybe
that?
question they ask you when you visit the school. The parent they will typically they ask question frequency they ask and the information they need, something like that.
Is there speaking about volume, do most of the people who engage with you in the high school level, is it how much people are like grade 10 or 11 versus the grade 12 student? Is it like 50% grade 12 and then the rest is grade 10 and 11, or like can you speak more about like that ratio?
It depends on activity. Usually the SR team often go with the EPD team to school, attending events. And we will meet all the grade 10, 11, and 12 there at school. For most of the events, like career fair, which is very big event there at high school, we will see most of grade 11 or 10. But in fact, when we get the leads back to BUV, the SR team will mostly work with the grade 12 students. The grade 10 and 11 will be paired by the telesales team and soft nurturing, online nurturing, email or something like that. We do not personally with grade 10 and 11.
That's right.
So, but on the later on, can you like have to summarize some kind of information to compare with grade 10 with 11 with grade 12 first? Like
What information they need?
Grade 10 is a big picture. You want to give them a big overall picture of what BUV is and what BUV is about and why, who's here, what, why that should be in their consideration. Grade 11, we start to get a little bit more, focused on what the actual student life and student journey will be. By grade 12, then they're going to need more specific information on which school they're looking at within BUV, which courses, which, if it's going to be UOL or is it going to be Stafford?
Even their career.
Data science or union finance, or, by grade 12, they want to be a lot more focused on details. And then hopefully, but, going from the beginning, they've started thinking about that from grade 10.
Yeah, that's some strategy. I think strategy coaching lead from grade 10 to 11. And for the sales team, as I hearing from them, like with grade 10 and 11, less personally.
Yes, because we focus on conversion. We need to work from list to education, so we need to work with grade 12 mostly.
So
90% of the time.
So does that answer your question? The different I think 10, 11 less personally, less personally contact with 12 more personal contact, more face to face. More warm.
Also, one of the very important question here is what the moment when BUV become a serious concentration. That also maybe the insightful answer for them. Like,
I think it's your sense. It's not the correct answer, but your more about the sense.
after the national
Mostly after they finish grade 11.
after finish with 11.
Why? How do you know that? Your observation, like
Number or observation.
the volume of list that from 11. Oh,
I mean, serious consideration is a time when they think if they should choose this university or not.
There's maybe some level of serious conversation here. One is on the short list, and the second one is, oh, here is my top choice.
Mm.
Shortlist. Sorry, I don't have answer for the shortlist because mostly I work with students from
So,
child.
Hai An, can you share like what you consider serious consideration here?
I think
So
for our team, I think serious consideration is when they narrow down to maybe 3 or 4 option, I would say. And then like, like they're starting to compare or they're starting to kind of like have side by side comparison between their options. I think that's when we would consider serious in our book, but would love to hear what you think.
When you say moments.
Yeah.
What is your
signal?
Yeah,
I want to know. Yeah, of course, that's when they shortlist us, then they compare us from their side. But what signal that they give us, the state that you expect that?
Maybe that will be the time when the customer start to asking more, start to interact more with the sales team after a long time. They not talk anything, but suddenly they come and they ask a lot of questions.
If they consider the time they come and ask a lot of questions, it must be the second semester of grade 12, which is from after TED, the second semester of grade 12.
The value for that is about season. I think it's about timing.
Season is that time.
But how about the moment they start asking about the tuition fee or the bursary program? Is that some
Within 1 moment?
Yeah.
The time.
Not the time.
The time.
The time would be the second semester, but somehow for some students who consider BUV the early stage, like starting from beginning of G12, if they start asking about the tuition fee, the bursary program, so maybe somehow it can be considered as a signal that they yeah.
It is a signal, but if it comes to a serious consideration between 1 or 2 or 3 options to make decision, not many of them make that early season at the beginning of grade 12.
Yeah. So the beginning of grade 12 is they asking for the tuition fee, and after that they asking more the question about the information.
Yeah, of course, some of them we can push to application.
Yeah.
The early stage of grade 12, but many will wait until they come to grade semester and then the final scholarship result, then to make decision.
So I think it's based on timing and also from their interaction related to fee activity. So yeah, can
it's okay for you?
Yeah.
Yes, I think that's very clear. I think there's many factors here. Just to sum up that grade 12 is really where it's really critical, either at the beginning when they going from grade 11 to grade 12, or at the second semester of grade 12 where they're starting to have ask question about tuition, they have result or about their scholarship application is what I'm hearing. Yeah, and I think like maybe we can go to the next question, and I think this is something we already covered. That it seemed like for the SR team, school event and campus visit is mostly a way to connect with or like receive inbound from grade 12 student, and then grade 10 and 11 is more that will be taken care of by talent maker team. We're just wondering, like from a website support perspective, what should family like usually wants to see before they attend an event or a campus visit? And is there any information that's critical for them going into these events that the website can support?
School visit.
school visit?
Yeah. Like
Usually,
I'm asking
having
it
the link
because
is very
I see you have a lot of landing page for these school visit or school campaign.
Yeah, can you rephrase the question more about like what like for example, what should family see before attending an event or campus visit? So can you change it to like what SR team need
Yeah,
to
so-
show before they
maybe the
attend
question for
campus?
they will ask the SR like the math
Yes.
or class or something like that.
So
Yeah,
I'm
they will-
thinking, so I'm thinking mostly of that landing page on the website where you promote school events. Like what material or document is there that could really be beneficial for families?
I mean, this gets back to the first impression. We want, we want them, to have an overall understanding of what is BUV, what are the different opportunities, what can they see here, so that they come in already with some kind of seed planted in their mind. Whereas after those interactions, that's when it can start to get more specific.
Hmm.
Also,
Okay.
think about the app experience. Right now, we only connect by Zalo or the
Again, point. I think after the campus visit or the school events, because we got a lot of events coming, especially in big seasons in March or April, get a lot of school visits from the high school, and I think what should happen digitally is that the website will have some pictures or the photo pictures of the this event at the moment. And of course it should be a landing page or something, I don't know, but
maybe they can download the picture.
yeah, never not directly from our website. And yeah, for example, after 3 days or 4 days after the event, and the link will be sent to the classes of these schools, and make the students feel more
Connect.
connected.
Yeah, I
and
like that,
engaged.
because that then
Yeah.
captures them on the
Okay.
website,
Yeah.
and then that we can have call to
Yeah.
action to get them further into the website.
Maybe if they want to download, they put their phone number and we can send them the link.
Because I think it's about the emotional things, because emotional will change, over times. So when we do it in times, it's very important, and we love because they are Gen Z ones.
Yeah.
They want the photo to post on Facebook or any social media platform, and if we can do that, it would be successful emotionally.
Yes.
And good idea.
Yeah, we love that idea. We heard from the team that more authentic student-led content is very critical to building that kind of emotional relationship between student and BUV. So I think like maybe what he's describing is kind of like an outcome update for the event landing page after the event has already occurred, and that could house those like you say photos of the actual event. Maybe they can find themselves in those photos and kind of engage social media wise for that as well. So yeah, I think that sounds great. I'm going to move to the next section. So for going into the agent side, I think you already mentioned this earlier about agent being very important to helping family, especially I think international family as well, to making that decision to go to apply to BUV. And you mentioned earlier that a lot of these resources currently BUV is sending to these agents are like in these PDF or forms. What I think CDA most interested in is like what is the kind of different in the material you would send for an agent versus something you would send for a parent or students. Can you tell more about that?
So normally the agent like talk with the parent. Parent when they talk with agent, what will they share for the parent? Normally they will advertise a PDF or they will share the school website for the parent. Directly for the parent.
And share this.
So yeah,
You can send all the agent letter for the annual meeting or not.
yeah. So fortunately, we don't have the really like personal in charge of agent
But I know
School check.
I know the insights a little bit because we got an agent week with the whole SR team. We engage with the master agents and small agent as well. And the insight that I discover is about how the agents push the families to choose BUV as their destination. Um, is about how they, direct their families and choose BUV because of our values and our ranking of the awarding bodies, or about especially about the tuition fees and with bursary and good scholarship
Yeah.
checks.
Okay.
So those, because many agents of ours from the start, they always focus on studying abroad or overseas, something like that. And for example, when a student get a visa denial, so they will choose us as a backup option, for example. And so also because the fee is very good, better than going overseas, right? And because of the chaos in the world,
Yeah.
the parents will panic.
Yeah, thanks for insight. So
Yeah.
actually I think about this because we don't have the enough personal in charge here. So I will work with them and please send back the question for agent and I will get back to you real quick today because we can work with the personal in charge real quick and
Yes.
get you full information. And I think because we don't have the personal in charge agent here, instead we got people from postgrad. So you should spend the some time to go through the postgrad.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So can I add
Yes.
one more question on the agent? So after you receive the data from the parent contact from the agent, do you have to provide to the parent more information, or they just go to all of the information of UV and you only go for the sales process?
It depends because we got real normally we deal with an agent. If the agent sales team touch the leads directly, so the SR team doesn't need to do anything.
Yeah.
Just help them to fill the form and complete the application process as
Yeah.
well. But sometimes they don't,
Just share the number.
share the number if they don't feel very confident about the programs and
Ah.
how to consult with these programs. So it comes to our turn.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
I
that's become the lead.
would just also add that with agents, we don't have full control, obviously, of what they're telling the parents.
Yes, that
And they
also.
may be discouraging a family from coming to BUB. So we actually that underscores the importance of the website, is that we want the website to reinforce that this is an academic experience and a student experience that is as good as going overseas. Because it's either going to reinforce what the agent is saying or what the parent is feeling, or it's going to actually counter what the agent is saying. Say, like, look, this really is as good as going overseas.
Somehow the information from agent is not your official information, and all the official information only on the website.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
I agree.
Okay, so
I-
I think the agent we are clear now.
Yes, I think that sounds good, and hearing a lot of information. So let's follow up this after, like you mentioned. I think we can skip to the final, this almost final section for the recruitment and conversion section. If you go next, yes. So my understanding is right now that after you get a qualified lead, qualified prospect, and then progressing to an application, is there any like noticeable or prominent pain point or obstacle that you often see parent or students struggle with? From our team, we heard that cost is always, or tuition is always a important or a major obstacle for parents. But I'm wondering if there's anything else that that you guys observe that is important for that process, especially in regard to that application process. Like, does parent find it hard to know when to apply, or any of or what maturity together, any such obstacle or pain points?
I think this question is very important, and I think what the website, when they can solve this problem a little bit for us, because it depends on the demand from the parents or the student. A parent really wants to have a very, very clear outcomes of these programs, or when it comes to students, they want to know more about the modules, about the student experiences. So, so when the website provide this necessary information for us, and we can send it to the prospective families. So I think it will work, because one of the things they don't want to apply or to progress to application, because they don't have the information they need to make season
And
psychologically.
along those same lines, so you did mention, you mentioned that cost is an issue. And it's definitely true, but there's another category
Yeah.
of prospective parent for whom cost is not an issue. But they need to know that this is as good as going overseas, particularly from the standpoint of the UOL program, that, it's something they might not have thought of before, but that actually the quality of the lecturers, the small class size, and the actuals, that the outcomes being the same, that this is worth it. And then there's also a middle category of parent who's similar to that one, where cost is an issue, but not a big issue. Like, they might be on the fence as to whether they have enough money. It might be a stretch to send the student overseas, but they could do it. But then they could save the money, invest in undergraduate in Vietnam, and then have more money to invest in sending the student overseas graduate school. So that's another category as well.
Yeah, so it will be your navigation solution for this kind of landing page, especially for some kind of high-end layer program, UOL. You need to have some kind of navigation method to categorize their two sections, if possible. Exactly, can help the sales team to have the better approach to the parent.
And I think this is consistent with what we heard earlier, that program outcome is especially important, especially for higher income parent who cost is not as important consideration, and it help ease the cost for middle ground parents, middle of the income bracket parents.
You one example, very easy one. For example, because the parents really wants to have a full picture of the outcomes after graduation. So when our website has the success story from our alumni or other students, it's really helpful, because at the moment we need to needs to collect by ourselves all the pictures all around, and it takes time for us to do it. But when it's based on website, and it's designed very beautifully and professionally, we just send the link. For example, one student, very notable student, to the parents, and they got a video of this student sharing information. Is very good point. It's easier for us to consult.
Yeah. So guys, can we have anything
One more
on it?
thing. It is the student body, which means who are studying here, their profile. Because when parents or students consider to choose BUV, they will think who they will study with. Like, will they study with good students, or like a student who are very at average level? So we need to promote the like student environment and student profile.
Okay, so click on the student profile. Please also consider about the content, their content, and how many information we can get the outright from them. It's also a good point. Yeah,
Yes.
the final thing also.
You can collect summary information, not always the face of student on the website. Like how many percent of students with GPA 8.5 or above, how many students with the IELTS
Number.
6.5 yes, numbers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
But-
that's also
We need
But
like
then reinforced by a couple of phases that we
Yes.
find a few cases that bring it to life.
yeah.
yeah.
We need people.
Yes.
So
Yes.
can we
Number
move
of
on?
people.
Yes. I think we need a little more 5 minutes to cover the rest of the questions that we have. Is everyone okay with an extra 5 minutes?
Yeah. Try
Yeah.
out. Maybe can. Maybe
Yes.
put it. Do we need to go to post one or what?
Yeah, we
Because we-
just have one more section. I think to go over quickly to make sure we capture is the graduate and international recruitment. I think we haven't heard much about graduate in this meeting, so we'd love to hear what do graduate students look for at BUV? Is there any recruitment search strategy currently being employed? Like, how does that process usually start? And if you have any insight about how do they differ from regular undergraduate applications?
Our recruitment strategy for newly graduate, as I know, there are activities. We also recruit our students. Our
Mm.
strategy would be maybe I'll answer you back later. So yeah, we can move to the
Yeah.
next question. Yes.
And then the other one that we want to make sure is about BUV international outreach and recruitment. I think that's a big topic, and we're gonna follow up with more questions later. But we would love to hear perspective from BUV of how this process is happening, how it's different from domestic undergraduate recruitment, or are there any other consideration that we need to think about, like anything like transfer program, your study abroad program, your graduate who are coming from international nations. So I think we can follow up with some more questions that we can send to the right people on BUV's team later. We just want to cover some of the next steps, just so we clear. From the BUV side, we would love if we could have any additional like numbers, materials, like I think you mentioned a lot of those PDF or flyers that you are sending agent. We'd love to see that. Any internal performance reviews about recruitment number or statistic interview that you've done. Anything you mentioned in this meeting, we'd love to have that as a kind of material for us to review and kind of quantify into insights. From all the material that we covered today and discussion, we're gonna synthesize into more kind of targeted recruitment persona, and we're gonna try to optimize the web experience and the UX friction that we mentioned earlier, especially around the form, for example, to prioritize the content hierarchy and to optimize for conversion. Yeah, so I think that's it from this meeting. Is there anything else that you'd like to share before we kind of end the session today?
As I just mentioned, like yeah, we don't have enough time. Can you please, if you want to discover more about the postgrad student, can you send back the question, so I will collect information and give you, because yeah, that's also on our audience.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's it for today. We're gonna send follow up with those questions for you probably tomorrow. So yeah, thank you so much for the student recruitment team at BUV, but also for Mr. Hui and the marketing team who organized this meeting.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Cả nhà sau cái ngày